Hello and welcome to The Broken Doll. Tonight I come to you with another video here, and I want to talk about this beautiful Snow White doll here. Now, I bought this quite some time ago and I've had her sitting and she's up for restoration and she's beautiful. Now when we look at her, a lot of people say, oh, this is Shirley Temple. Let's really take a good look at her. We're going to look at the back of her first. So when people get one of these dolls, they go, oh my goodness, this is Shirley Temple 18-inch. You got the Shirley Temple Snow White. Now, she's not marked on the back of her head from what I can see at the back. There's nothing, but there is something on the back of her neck. But let's turn her around now and let's take another look at her. What is Shirley Temple known for? Well, she's known for her curly hair, of course, but this is a Snow White, so we don't get that as much. But she's known for her dimples. But where is her dimple? Her dimple's right here in her chin. So when you see this dimple in her chin, you go, well, what's that about? Why isn't her dimples in her face here? Because this is not Shirley Temple. But it says Shirley Temple on her back. This is ginger. Ginger is used, let me put it this way, they use the Shirley Temple body and head. Some of them are even marked on the back Shirley Temple, but they took the dimples out, and that's one thing they did with the mold, and they put the dimple in the chin. So as soon as you see this type of doll on eBay and you want to buy one, you're going to go, oh, the Shirley Temple Snow White doll. No, this is the ginger Snow White doll. There it is right there with as soon as you see that dimple in her chin. You do not have a Shirley Temple. And I've seen this on eBay where they look at the back of the doll, they go, oh, Shirley Temple. But they put down Shirley Temple. But I looked at them, and a lot of them have the dimple in the chin. And so you could be paying an exorbitant amount of money thinking that you got a Shirley Temple Snow White doll when you don't. You have a ginger Snow White doll. And that's because it's ideal, really misled a lot of people like us, the collector today and from years ago and further on in history. It can be looked at that, why did they not just take that all off the body as well? Some are even marked on the back of the head. They used the Shirley Temple logo on the back of the head, the printing. Some are just marked on the body. Mine is just on the body, not the head. You can get either or, you know. But anyways, I just thought I'd make this video just explaining this, that if you're interested in getting one of these dolls, she is going to look like Shirley Temple, because why? It is the Shirley Temple face mold. But the only thing is, you have to look at these dolls very, very carefully. You don't, there's little trademarks to Shirley Temple you're going to look for. You're going to look for the 6 little teeth. Yep, she has that. But all of a sudden you go, no dimples. All of a sudden you should become aware. What's going on? Where's her dimple? In her chin. I have a ginger doll. So I hope that helps everybody out there. It helps you realize that, because there was one I think right now on eBay, unless it's sold by now. It could have. It's been a few days ago I looked at it, but I seen it, and I almost thought about contacting the seller and letting the seller know, because they advertised it as a Shirley Temple Snow White. And so just so that you're not misled and you're thinking that you're getting a Shirley Temple, you're not. So I think it's very important that we know our dolls, or lean on people that have discovered these things, that you know who they are, your dolls are, and you go, okay, I'm aware now. I now understand who and what my doll is and who it belongs to and whatnot. So very, very important to know. What will this doll get as far as restoration? She's just going to get a wipe down. And I'm just going to take and give her, I don't know if I can add something to her wig. Her wig's in very poor shape. She has a mohair wig here, and it's beautiful though, even because we know Snow White had black hair. So we want to make sure she gets back to having a black hair. Keep her original red ribbon, and I don't know if I want to clean it a little bit maybe. I don't know. It's really hard to say just what I want to do. The elastic in the back is loose, so I can take the elastic off and put a new elastic on. I do want to keep this original bow of hers. I don't know how much I want to do because it might bleed, and I don't know if I lose all the red in it, you know, so. But her dress is going to have to be washed. That's all there is to it. But maybe I'll dunk it all, you know, and just go for it, you know. And but it does need to be washed. It can't stay like this. But I thought this was some nice information, need to know information if you're ever interested in buying one of these dolls. And they're wonderful to have in your collection, to have a ginger doll in there. I think I have a few gingers. And I'll be bringing this up now and again when I'm restoring my Shirley Temples. I will be saying, you know, telling you, this is not a Shirley Temple. Yes, marked on the body, but not. That little chin tells you everything. Here or here, you're going to look for. And that is going to tell you if it's a ginger or not. And that is important information to know, especially if you're selling your doll, because if somebody else out there knows, you don't want to be, you know, some people jump into it unknowingly, but you don't want to be caught in a fraud situation, you know, and they're saying that is not who you say it is. Now, ginger dolls go for still a nice little clip, but I don't know if they, I don't know enough so to say this or not, but I don't know if they're going enough like Shirley Temple does. Do they, I don't think they bring in as much. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't stay up on the prices very too much. You know, I look, of course, you know, I've always got my nose in here and there, but when I start dealing with her and restoring her, I'll be looking more. And I will be looking at what their prices are because it interests me, because I'm working on her at the time. And then we can talk more about it. But I do know, though, that this is information, that need to know information. So, but she's a wonderful doll all the same. Wonderful to have in your collection. It's just one of those dolls, you know, for me, this was it means a lot to me having her, because this was the first Walt Disney movie I ever went to see when I was a little girl, was Snow White. And so she's my queen. The queen of my life is Snow White, you know, and if I was to pick up any of the queens that they've made, or the princesses, or whatever you want to call them, she's my princess, I guess, or my queen, or whatever you want to make her, you know. But she is my princess, and it's Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs. And I just love knowing that I got one, and that I'm going to be restoring her, giving her some new irises and everything. So, but anyways, yeah, wonderful stuff. This is going to be a wonderful project to work on. She's in very good shape. All she needs is just a good wipe down and cleaning up. It's just cleaning on her. She doesn't need to be restored anywhere. So she's in wonderful shape. So again, thank you for joining me. If you like what you just heard here, please give me a thumbs up and a comment if you want as well. I always read them. I just want everybody to know that I do read everybody's comment. I think that's important to read them all, because you took the time to write to me. I at least want to make sure I'm right. I'm reading them and acknowledging you for them. And I give a thumbs up and a heart. I try to all the time, and I try. And sometimes they disappear, though, on YouTube. I go back and it's not there, and I know I did it. So I'm going to tell you, I don't know what goes on with YouTube, but I've done it, you know. I know I do it, you know. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit of information. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to show before I leave is also, if you're ever wondering why your doll won't like slips on its stand, you know, because of these shoes and they go sliding all over the place, little trick of the trade that I just want to show you. This is a little roll of shelving paper. It's that really rubbery type stuff. It's really cheap at the buck store. You put this on underneath, and there you go. She will stand right where she's supposed to stand. She's not going to go anywhere, and voila, you know, you got your doll standing on her stand. So I thought I'd share that with you as well. Another thing is, I went through my bucket and I did find the other little baby Patsy with the one arm. And there she is. She has the Caracule wig. I did find wigs for these dolls. They take an 8 size. You measure around from around their heads, and from over the top of the ears, around their head like this. And this doll has a split in the back of her head. Okay, just thought I'd say that. But anyhow, and she is also has glassy eyes. Okay, so anyways, yes, she is, and when you measure around, you measure around on over the ears, not under, over, around the thickness of the forehead. It came out to an 8. So if it falls in between, let's say it fell in between 8 and 9, you would get a size 9. You bump up by 1. That's how the chart goes. So whenever you measured your doll, if your doll's head, you measured and it came between 5 and 6, your wig will be a 6. If you get a wig between 7 and 8, your wig will, and your number, 7 3/4, 7 1/4, 7 1/8, whatever your measurement will be, it doesn't matter. It will be and between 7 and 8, it would be an 8. So anyways, just thought I'd share that. But for people who have maybe never bought a wig before for their doll, how would you do that? And this little doll came with a lot of little clothes that belong to her too. So I do have some of her clothes here. And that was nice to get. You know, here's her little coat. And I think I showed this already, but I'm going to show it one more time. I do have her one little arm. We need to get her another arm. I do have some parts up in my attic, so I might have to go looking for them. So, and I do have her little sunsuit here. These are her original clothes that came with this doll. So there we go. I hope you like what you've seen here tonight, and more to come of all this wonderful stuff about our antique and vintage dolls. So have a great night, everybody. Thumbs up, please, if you can, and leave a comment, and I will read it. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.